All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Wanted to get to this fights this weekend. Big wrap up show. Monday we got a week of fights. I believe you got J Rock fighting in Philly. I don't think it's nothing major. This weekend was made up of pretty much pedestrian cards, but they end up all the cards end up pretty much being solid. Clarissa fight was solid. Um, Hart and Smith gave us something to talk about. Shout out to Steve so cold Nelson. He had a good fight as well. Geron Ennis gave us a good fight on the Shields card, and the Jaime Munguía Gary Spike Sullivan card was cracked. Um, and I'm gonna give my takeaway from that card. You ain't gonna want to miss that. But yeah, it was a good weekend. We had a reaction to all the fights, even some more reactions to some fighters that impressed me this weekend. You might not knew about, but hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link is in the description. Um, but yeah, let's talk about it, man. Start off with Geron Ennis, and a lot of people talk about Geron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. So premature. We ain't even got Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, and people already looking forward to Geron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. But he beat the dude, Eyubov, whatever the dude name, Bakhtiyar, I don't know the dude name from Kazakhstan. He was tough. Obviously, a lot of people in the comment section, reaction video I did thought it was a premature stoppage. When I did too, the fight was heating up. Ennis was getting drugged into a dogfight. One of the hardest things to do is maintain your distance on the outside, being a puncher. Juan Corte salute. And Ennis got drugged into a dogfight. It's tough for a boxer puncher. It's tough to keep a swarmer off of you. But Ennis showed that hey, he can bang it out with this guy. And this guy was taking a lot of punishment. He had the presence of mind to bang to the body. But the dude was tough. The dude just didn't have no skills. That's the problem. But Ennis, he got clipped a little bit. It comes to territory. Everybody want a 22, 20, 25, 26-year-old guy or fighter to be a polished product, and that's just not how boxing goes. You know what I'm saying? You got guys that's 30 that's not a polished product. I don't think Errol Spence at 29, 30 this year is going to be a polished product. All right. Deontay Wilder, believe it or not, is not a polished product. A lot of dudes started late in their boxing career. Some guys started at 15. Sergio Martinez started at 18, 19, 20. Errol Spence, I think, started boxing at 15. Wilder, late in his career. So a lot of these dudes are still learning on the job. They just really picked up fast, man. So Washington salute. But my whole thing about Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, that's so premature. And I see a lot of people killing Ennis for his level of opposition. Obviously, Deontay Wilder, he fought, 30, 20, 30 easy fights because at the end of the day, you need good work. He was a late bloomer. That's what people forget. It ain't his fault that he stayed active and he was learning on the job. Each camp he got. Mike Tyson was another guy that was doing that. People kill me to try to bang, or Deontay Wilder try to kill this dude Ennis, when Mike Tyson was beating garbage truck guys and construction worker guys at a young age. I have no issue with Ennis level opposition. If they want him to stay active and get work, get work. You know what I'm saying? Get work. You only can get better from it. But the reason he not fighting the upper echelon level opponents is only because he now signed to a promoter. That's it. Boxing is a lot about politics. All right? Boxing is a lot about politics. You could be the dopest fighter on the planet. You hear me? You could be the dopest fighter on the planet. But without the right people to move you, nobody gonna know who you is. You're not gonna get those contender fights. And if you get those contenders in championship fights, if you don't knock them out, they're not gonna give you the decision. You're gonna be on the wrong end of the decision. And to get those fights, those from like top rankers gonna get options on you. They're gonna try to sign you. Al Heyman gonna try to sign you. You gotta sign to certain promoters and managers and advisors to get a certain level amount of fights, get certain fights. So it's just like corporate America. It's not what you know or how good are you at a particular job or how good you are at boxing. It's who you know and who you rolling with. Ricky, salute. Joseph, what's going on? Does Shields beat Ramirez? I mean, that Ramirez girl, she went. I'll get to that, but she went. She had split. Did she win a split decision last night? What did she win last night? Hold on, let me see what she won last night. Because the girl that she fought, Clarissa Shields, beat that girl in her pro debut. The Francois girl, she beat her in her pro debut. Yeah, hold on. My bad. 1 second. Yeah, she beat her in her pro debut. And she got a draw with old girl got a draw or whatever. I'll get to that, but yeah, the girl that she got a split decision over Franchon last night, Clarissa Shields beat her in her pro debut. So it is what it is. So I'll get to that point. But like with Geron Ennis, he got to pick a promoter or manager or whatever. He got to pick a side to go to. Once he pick a side to go to, he can start getting better quality of fights. But he good. But people want him to be a finished product right now. You know, people act like he ain't supposed to get hit. Oh, he got touched up a bit. It happened. It's a fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight. Emmanuel Augustus gave Floyd some good work. Edison Miranda, I believe, dropped Andre Ward. Darnell Boone knocked out Adonis Stevenson. Dropped Kovalev a couple times today. I don't think they caught and beat Kovalev, but they robbed him. And he gave Andre Ward some good work in Darnell Boone. What kills me is, people trying to say prospects or kids supposed to be perfect fighters. Even guys that's fighting for, like Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, they're not perfect fighters. You know what I'm saying? But they got good habits. They stay in shape. They stay on weight. They always working. The habits, the skill level, these dudes are not finished products. If they keep fighting and being successful, they're going to get stronger. They're going to get quicker. They're going to get better. They're going to get, I mean, come on. They only can get better. We're not talking about Golovkin at 37. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about even Charlos or Demetrius Andrade at 32 or Danny Jacobs at 31, 32 or Andre Berto type of opponent. You know, we are talking about kids. You know what I'm saying? We talking about kids. Geron Ennis is a kid. Of course everybody think this dude supposed to come in here at what? What is he, 22, 23 years old, and he supposed to be fighting Errol Spence already. He supposed to have admirations of fighting Errol Spence. That's supposed to be his goal. He's the top guy in the division by a lot of people. That's supposed to be where he's shooting at. But is that the reality right now? No. But at 22 years old, people, he's flawed. He's doing this. He's a kid. He gonna get better. He's a prospect. He's a prospect. And for you to say, people say, Vigil Ortiz beat him or he beat, you don't even know how good these guys gonna be. I think Vigil Ortiz is one of the more overrated prospects I've seen. And not to say he's not good, it's just the expectations is gonna be so high for him to reach. Even if he reaches goals, he still may fall short of the expectations. You know what I'm saying? He still may fall short of those expectations. I say it again. He can beat Keith Thurman right now. You smoking dick. You smoking dick right now. If you think a kid like Vigil Ortiz can beat Keith Thurman, never. Not at this age. He'll get sparked the fuck out. He don't have the experience to be in there with him. Believe what you want to believe. Believe the gym stories. That's a kid. You don't step up from holding the WBA gold title and just fight Brad Solomon to step up fight Keith Thurman. Same thing for Geron Ennis. You don't fight Eyubov and then step up and think you can mess with Errol Spence. It don't work that way. It's levels to this. And people even look at a guy as one of the greatest amateurs of this generation, Lomachenko. People forget he lost to Orlando Salido. He took the fast track and lost. He said Juan say all this talk about promoters not working with each other, but it's a coincidence that Boots Ennis, Hart, J Rock, Steve Foreman, Danny Gartevin, January month of Philly. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, right. They all fighting the same month. I ain't saying Ortiz a bad fighter. You took it the wrong way. I'm just saying the expectations are very, very high for him. You know what I'm saying? Very, very high. Gary Russell was a prospect when he fought Lomachenko as well, too. They was two prospects in the grand scheme of things. Life goes on. You know what I'm saying? Life goes on. But it's level. If you thinking like Geron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz can mess with any of the top guys in the division, no. Maybe Alberto next. I think Yugas is a steep test. Alberto, Josito Lopez, a Jamal James. You know what I'm saying? John Molina, veteran guys like that. And then if you get past that test, Geron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, then you go to the next level guy that might be a Lipinets, a Yugas. You know, but usually you want to get a couple of those top 15 type of guys, 15 and 7 range type of guys. So if I'm looking at them guys, I'm looking at the Bertos, the Virgil Ortiz, the Bertos, the Victor Ortizes of the world, the Josito Lopez's, the John Molinas, the Antonio DeMarco, the Felix Diaz, the Sammy Vasquez's of the world, and maybe the Luis Calazos at this point. I'm looking to fight 2 of those guys, next. I get past 2 of those guys, then I'm looking at, on Devin Alexander's will in that category if he's still going to continue to fight. Ivan Riddick if he loses to Danny Garcia. Then I'm looking at the Lipinets, the Yugases, the Jamal James of the world. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm looking at the David Alvarezzians and guys of that nature. I fight a couple of those type of guys. You know what I'm saying? Then possibly, you can move up in 2021 with the world championship type of guys. But everybody want to see what Stevenson doing. They seen Lomachenko doing it. They think they can do it. It's a reason why they did it. That's a silver medalist in Shakur Stevenson. That's really, really big for his weight class. I got to say that. Lomachenko, 400, 300 amateur fights. It's a difference to it. Huge, huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Everybody learn at their own speed. It's no rush. Because all you going to do is complicate your situation in the welterweight division if you were Ortiz and Ennis. I mean, we talking about we ain't even got Errol Spence and Crawford in the ring together. We ain't officially got Errol Spence and Pacquiao in the ring together. Danny Garcia and Terrence Crawford. Keith Thurman, and Errol Spence or his rematch with Manny Pacquiao that ain't coming. We still got Sean Porter sitting in there. He just got married. Congratulations to him and his wife. He's sitting in there weighing a Crawford fight or waiting around. So once that end up getting situated, put yourself in position to then, be that next wave of guys that's going to take over the division. Trust me, ain't nothing you can do to the second wave of guys, no way. Danny Garcia been beat. Sean Porter been beat. They both been beat several times. Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? He more risk than reward. What's the reward for beating Keith Thurman? It's not a belt, absolutely nothing. All right? Kavalaskis, leave them motherfuckers alone. It'll figure themselves out. They gonna be gone, retired, moved up, this, that, and together. Position yourself to be, the next world champion after them. Because there's gonna be an opponent there. You still gonna have a Kavalaskis still there. You still gonna have Lipinets. Yuga's still gonna be there. Miramine coming back. Mario Barrios, Teofimo Lopez won't be up. He'll be up there too in a minute. Devin Haney, before you know it, will be up there. Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez. You're gonna have opponents. Boxing is a limitless supply of opponents. It's some guy right now in the gym hitting the bag, working the 9 to 5 and working out that you're not gonna see coming. It's gonna be a Terrence Crawford you see coming from nowhere. They come from the bottom. It's gonna be a Danny Garcia that don't look too good. Boxing is always gonna have players in it rotating in out of the division. The next wave of great welterweights, trust me, they're gonna be opponents. Let Danny, Sean, Errol, Terrence, Keith, let them situate that out. Just put yourself in position. When they figure that out, you in the next wave of welterweights that can challenge for belts and top the division. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to be ambitious and want to fight those guys, but for Ennis or Ortiz, it's patience. Neither one of their resumes scream championship right now. Nowhere near it. They may be anywhere from 12 to 36 months out from that. But right now, neither one of them can fuck with those type of guys. All right? So take your baby steps. Once again, I end the Ennis talk and the Ortiz talk since it's been something huge this weekend. Take your baby steps. Look at your Bertos. Look at your Josito Lopez's. Look at your Antonio DeMarcos, your John Molinas. You know what I'm saying? You look at those type of guys. If you can find Sammy Vasquez, Victor Ortiz trying to get back in the game, them kind of the type of former world champion contenders you looking at. Fight about one or two or three of those guys, then you look at the next wave. The Yugises, the Amir Mines, the Javier Molinas, the Jamal James of the world. And that goes for Rashidi Ellis as well. Those then the next wave, and before you know it, you're gonna be championship level, man. Thomas Moreland, salute. You know what I'm saying? He said Golden Boy got Ortiz rated. He gonna get slaughtered. He not ready for that. He's going to get his ass whooped. He is no match for Terrence Crawford. That does nothing for Crawford but ruin a young guy career. He is nowhere near ready for that. You know what I'm saying? I watched him versus Antonio Orozco. I wasn't impressed. You know what I'm saying? Orozco was a career 140 pounder touching him up. So what do you think Terrence Crawford gonna do to him? So they trying to push him real fast. He gonna be Fernando Vargas. He gonna get purely punished. He is not ready for that. I don't know why these promoters really selling these young fighters dreams. You know what I'm saying? This not your era. But guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna get Zab Judah. And Zab Judah went on. Zab Judah, he said Ramirez couldn't stop Orozco. That's two different weight classes. That's Ramirez at 140 after he beat Orozco, and then Virgil Ortiz beat him after Ramirez fought him. So that's why you got to understand the resume. That's the guy that was a career 140 pounder moving up to 47. So you can't make the comparison. He came off a loss probably, or he might have had a couple fights. It's not the same guy. So everybody want to say, oh, he did not the same guy. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying, well, Floyd Mayweather couldn't stop Carlos Baltimore, but Canelo ended up stopping him. Like two different guys, two different weight classes. Welterweight, that's 54, two different times. You know what I'm saying? You can't make that dude ain't Zulu Murder. That dude ain't ready. That dude ain't ready. If y'all want to believe it as well, y'all want to hype him up and get him Fernando Vargas, get him Zab Judah. Zab Judah went on to still have a strong career. Y'all want to move him up and get his ass whooped like them dudes? You know, be my guest. But that dude ain't nothing special to me. Where he can jump up and he's special. None of them dudes is special to me at this point like that. None of them. None of them jumping up, beating pound for pound fighters. You smoking crack. You're smoking crack right now. Enjoy being a prospect. Enjoy staying busy. Enjoy keep good and get sparring work. But if they want to get their ass whooped, they gonna get their ass. I'm just telling you what's gonna happen. They're gonna get put to sleep. Or they're gonna get abused. Talking about putting how old is Virgil Ortiz? And Geron Ennis, what, 22, 23 years old? What's the rush? You gonna get in there, somebody, y'all gonna be like, oh, I see it now. I know you see it now. It's the reason Keith Thurman was a world champion and came close to beating Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, do the kid. He's gonna get punished. Same thing for Ennis. He ain't ready yet. He gonna get punished. All of them need improvement. From Colbert to Haney to Stevenson or all of them do. Ain't nothing. Tell me somebody that was perfect at 20 years old. 21 years old. Tell me somebody that was a finished product in boxing. None of them. Even looking at Clarissa Shields at 23 years old, what she accomplished. She's not a finished product. But her and then Ivana has been. I mean, Hasmin, she tried. She was a little injured that could. She tried to get it in. It's just Clarissa was just, she was too Clarissa was just too strong, too athletic. People saying, well, how did she? How was she? How was she? Hold on. How did she get ranked? She been off a year, 2 years, whatever it was. It's women boxing. It's not too many. It's not too many. Not too many contenders in women boxing. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Ivana, she tried. Her corner was saying that, and if she did this, that, Clarissa couldn't really mess with her. Clarissa was too athletic. People saying, well, I don't see nothing special in her. She don't get knockouts, this, that, and the third. But people got to realize it's 2 minute rounds. You know what I'm saying? If it was 3 minute rounds, I'm telling you, it'd be way more knockouts in women boxing. You know what I'm saying? And people tearing her down because at the end of the day, all these dudes got a complex that be hating about women's boxing. They got a complex about women's boxing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they got problems with black women in their life. You know what I'm saying? Black women ruined their wife. They didn't talk to them or this, that, and the third. And people that get bothered by Clarissa Shields and her approach, it's just she just wanted really, really bad. You know what I'm saying? She want to be a star. She want to take women's boxing to another level. Could she grind your gears or rub you the wrong way if you don't understand it? Yeah, you could rub you the wrong way because people still believe a woman's place is supposed to be in the kitchen or she supposed to be reserved. She trying to really go out there and go get it. You know what I'm saying? She trying to put herself in a position financially to put, to basically be on top. But like I said before, most men, they got a problem with her. They got a problem with women or black women. And like I said before, anybody that get in there and try to tear her down and she did all right. I understand. When Ali said he was the best, people were saying, hold on. When Ali was saying he was the best, people wasn't feeling it. Contrary to what people try to what people believe, Ali hold on. Texting. Contrary to what people believe, Ali is supposed to be this beloved figure. But he wasn't. When he was saying I'm the best and he was doing what he was doing, people were saying the same thing and they had the same reaction to what Clarissa Shields was doing. Anytime you say you're the best and you ain't really put that time in and you said before it actually materialized, people got a problem with it. But do you think women's boxing should be? Yeah, I think it should be 3 minute rounds, Ricky, for sure. Luke Keeler, I don't even know who Luke Keeler is, man. So I'm not even gonna waste my time. But like I said before, I seen the local dummy boxing community tearing down Clarissa Shields. Shout out to Wood. He stay on their neck. And you know what I'm saying? You hear, oh, she ain't did this, and women's boxing is not that deep and she not better than this, that, and the third. Them 3 belts don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? It mean everything to her. What Adrian Broner tell my man's that work on ESPN now, Mark Kriegel, he said, you only won 3. He said three times is never nothing. It's something. It means something to me. I earned them 3 belts. I'm paraphrasing. And for people to diminish what she doing, at the end of the day, if it was so easy, I'm just say this again. If it was so easy, why no other woman did it? You know what I'm saying? When people say, well, this dude did this. If it's so easy, you know what I'm saying? Why ain't nobody else did it? You gotta, for most sports, you got hundreds and hundreds of years of history. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't Ann Wolf do it? Why didn't Layla Lee do it? You know what I'm saying? Then what people got to understand is that Clarissa Shields' natural weight is 68. The reason she going down to 154 is because she couldn't find no opposition. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, I mean, like I said, man, most people that easily rip black women or easily rip a black man, in boxing is one thing. You say, I think he overrated. Jesse Hart, he got, he went in there and punked out. He was running. When it's boxing, I understand. At the end of the day, you critiquing him, you criticizing. People say, oh, he never did this, done. He giving his opinion. Every fan got his opinion. You know what I'm saying? But it become personal. You know what I'm saying? And you feel it's personal. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and it's just start being, oh, he, this nigga from Omaha, and I don't never mess with niggas from Omaha, or Clarissa, she rubbed me the wrong way, and just because you dudes want to put your face in between her. When people make stuff like that, it grinds their gears. You know what I'm saying? When people, no leg salute. When people make it seem that way, it grinds. I'm not diminishing nothing that she did. Congratulations. If it was so easy, why ain't nobody else do it? Y'all can tell them dudes hating, go cut your shit off, go transition into a woman and show me how easy it is. You know what I'm saying? Or train your daughter. Go mess with your wife. Go create a daughter and show me how easy it is, man. I ain't diminishing nothing that nobody did. I don't like the regular WBA belt, but can I go out there and get a heavyweight WBA belt regular? Hell no. Can I go out there? I'm not diminishing what nobody done in boxing. Because if it was so easy, then why I ain't doing it? If it was so easy, why the average woman ain't doing it? Most of these dudes wouldn't survive in the gym. Lifting, hitting the bag, going a minute. Most of these dudes can't survive in the street. So I'm never going to diminish what she doing. Do I like some of the remarks she say? No, I voiced my opinion when she was calling out Broner and I don't like some of the feminist points that she got. But it is what it is. Some people may not always like the things that I say. You know what I'm saying? And may need me to elaborate on them some more. But it was a good performance. You could tell she's a superior athlete. The hand speed and this, that, and the third. But here come other people. Oh, it ain't nobody else out there that she can fight. And I'm not impressed with the women's field of boxing. This, that, and third. Hey, at the end of the day, I wasn't impressed with the level of opposition Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly was fighting with. Okay, I wasn't impressed with that. But if it was so easy, why ain't nobody else do it? So don't forget the heavyweight division since Vladimir and Vitaly and Lennox really fought. Yeah, you had the Chris Bird upsets, you had Corey Sanders and all that, and some of these upsets, but that division was dead. It was so dead that they couldn't even give fights in the United States. The Klitschko's couldn't even fight in the United States. So, going out there and diminishing the women's field of boxing, we've seen weak fields before. Shit, we seen the whole Eastern Conference in the NBA be weak before. We've seen the NFC East be weak before. Just this year was terrible. So like I said before, man, a lot of dudes got problem with because of the feminist movement and her story. And I get it. The whole Me Too movement and the feminists and black women attacking some black men or something like that. And just the feminists. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what she's trying to do. But good victory. Wasn't the greatest opponent out there. She wants Cecilia Braekhus. Cecilia Braekhus won't fight her. People say, well, Cecilia Braekhus did this, that, and the third, and Clarissa is on her 10th fight. Well, shit, nigga. It ain't number, space, and opportunity. This girl didn't move down 3 weight classes. You know what I'm saying? Once again, when it don't go that way, why don't Cecilia Braekhus fight her then? She fought Hannah Gabriel. You know what I'm saying? She came down from 68 to 60, couldn't get work. 66, 54. So you want her to move down to 4th weight class? Why can't Cecilia Braekhus move up and fight her? Huh? Well, Cecilia, she got 30 wins and she did this, that, and the third, and she beat Clarissa. Well, let's make the fight happen. But remember, the local dummy box community supposed to be so black. But here they go again. Oh, Cecilia Braekhus will beat her and she'll do this, that, and the third. But I thought y'all was supposed to be black. It ain't a good look. It ain't a good look when y'all swirling. Your kids named Lincoln and Kennedy, like Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy, but you supposed to be black. Why they ain't fucking why they ain't Rosa and Malcolm or Coretta and Malcolm or Coretta and Martin or whatever? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? These dudes supposed to be so black. They're not so black. I'm telling y'all what it is. Because pro-black, it ain't selective. Either you with black fighters and you rolling with black people and you rolling for the cause, or you're not. I never claimed to be on boxing. Never claimed to be out here with the black gloves on, putting my hand up. But this is what they created they think about. Rank Wilder, Crawford, Errol Spence, Tony Harrison, the Charlos, Clarissa. Why ain't they on equal ground? Gary Russell. Why is it selective blackness? Why they tearing down Demetrius Andrade? And then tearing down Clarissa Shields? But bigging up Errol Spence. Let me know the last time Clarissa Shields was driving drunk. Let me know the last time you seen Clarissa Shields, you know what I'm saying, show up to a function saying in 2015 I was 15 being drunk. Let me know the last time she called somebody out, pump faked and ducked. Let me know if she ducking somebody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm the ill. I ain't scared of nobody from Nebraska, but won't fight them. Let me know last time that happened. Last time Gary Russell did that, called somebody else out and didn't fight them and ducked around them and did the contract. Let me know the last time somebody sent Gary Russell $7 million offer, or they willing to offer $10 million and he ducking and hiding. You know what I'm saying? Come on, they looking real holy right now. And I ain't talking about the spirit or the ghost. They looking real holy moly donut shop right now. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to be a black box community, support black boxers. But I see them tearing down more black boxers and giving Leo a pass, calling Lomachenko white Jesus. Come on, man. They ain't never been on code. I woke up, checked Wood video, and they tearing down Clarissa. You got a heroin addict on there with him. You got a dude that don't get no respect over there. They respect Negro more than blood. You know what I'm saying? And he down here turning down Clarissa Shields for what? For what? Because the sisters ain't give you no play? Come on, man. Come on, for now, he got he's swirling too, probably. I guarantee you he is. But here they are. Oh, Cecilia do this. Cecilia, oh, no, write a letter to Cecilia and tell her to take the fight. And we can bet money on it. Whatever they want to bet, we can bet. I got money on Clarissa. But then Floyd wear a Gucci hat or whatever. Oh, Floyd this and that. And we supported Floyd through the tough times and the hard times. And I'm so hurt about Floyd, but they support dudes that drink and drive. Dudes that got alcohol problems. They got heroin addicts on their team. Dudes that be nodding off of dope. Come on, man. They support crackheads before Clarissa Shields. Like I said before, man. I don't even know how people support them, man. Dead ass serious. I don't even know how to support them. They'll tear down Demetrius. They'll tear down Clarissa. They'll tear down Terrence before they tear down the dude that took the vehicle and got drunk. Before they tear down Lomachenko, who didn't want the fade with Manny Pacquiao neither. You know what I'm saying? Who didn't want the fade with Devin Haney? How many people called them out on whom? When y'all see Negro go over there and go in on Lomachenko like he did? I heard he did Demetrius Andrade. Like I said before, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. They support ducking. You know, they got some type of issue, you know, with being individuals, so they got to gang up on people. But ain't nobody buying that, bro. They can't stand on their own. That's why they galvanized. That's why they created the local dummy box community, because they was nothing as individuals. So now, basically, they was out here on the internet getting jumped and stumped. You know what I'm saying? That's like T Street saying, come on, man, let me go get 7 other boxing channels, create a community because I can't do it on my own. That's like LeBron going to Miami. I can't get a ring, so let me call 2 other dudes up here. Come on, hey, the reason Fred got smacked. Fred wasn't talking that. Fred was a Republican. All of a sudden, they put his brain in the blender, like they did Bucky on Captain America, and now he think he black. He forgot he named his kids after Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy, huh? But yeah, Clarissa Shields, she did a good job working old girl to the body. She would have went to the body. She would have stopped her. Messiah Poole, salute. She would have stopped her, but she dropped her to the body. I think she just kept head hunting. But she showed a lot more patience and a lot more professional style boxing ability versus Christina Hammer. But you know, that is what it is. Different fights bring out different qualities in people. Also want to talk about let's talk about Steve So-Called Nelson. I call this fight because the Baltimore Ravens and Titans game got out of hand, and you know, he don't really seem like the most complex boxer out there, but he didn't have a lot of amateur background, I heard, but he was winning a lot of amateur tournaments. But he got an irky jerky type of style. He fight with a rhythm, and he real awkward. Seemed to be a really good athlete, really good uppercut. Put his punches together well. You know, once he started letting the right hand loose, he pretty much got the Turkish guy out of there. But he seemed to be a good athlete. You know, irky jerky type of guy. Keep him off balance. I think he came down to 68 now. I think he could be a better competitor. Kind of short, only 5'10". So, I like to see him keep working the body more, kind of put it more than one shot together at that stage, but look pretty good to me. It's tough to go. It's tough to get in um, as a champion at 168. He probably had more success politic wise, getting the title at 175. But it's Lions, Tigers, Bears. Oh my, up there. You got really big guys in Ramirez who rehydrate to heavyweight status. You got Bevel who punch it like a ninja. Perturbia is an absolute monster. So maybe a 68 with guys like Billy Joe, that's a middleweight. Canelo, that's a middleweight. Caleb Plant, really a middleweight. With smaller guys, he probably do better at 68 with his stature. So look forward to seeing how his go. Ivana said Brock is a stronger puncher. At the end of the day, we see. At the end of the day, do you really believe somebody who just got stripped of their dignity on TV? What Clarissa said, each of I don't buy nothing she say. To be honest, but she might be right. Maybe Cecilia is a bigger puncher. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. But she ain't gonna. At the end of the day, if she believes Cecilia better than Clarissa Shields, we'll tell Cecilia to take the fight. Come on, take the fight. Ain't that many big fights in women's boxing. Move up, take the fight, show us that you can beat her. Hannah Gabriel showed that Clarissa not unbeatable. She got 10 fights. Cecilia got over 30 fights. She unified this, that, and the third. She calling you out. You ain't got nothing lined up probably. And also they was like, oh, Katie Taylor has more knockouts than her. And like I said before, man, these dudes is Oreos. Battle Rifle Salute. These dudes is Oreos, man. I'm telling you, man. They black on the outside, but they want to be white on the inside. You're going to talk about Katie Taylor, who just got 2 debatable decisions last year? And you're going to try to put her in the same vein as Clarissa Shields? And she got away with 2 debatable decisions. And you're going to try to say she, like I said before, man, I don't even understand how y'all listen to them. I just do it for comedy because Wood make good videos. But they expose themselves by the day-to-day basis. That ain't no black community. You know what I'm saying? Them swirlers over there. You know what I'm saying? They just like Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? All they see is green. They don't love their people, man. I'm telling you that right now. They don't love their people. They don't love their people. Because it should be never that easy to tear down somebody black personally. Boxing, I get it. And then you say, oh, this non-black woman did this much more than her, and I'm looking like Katie Taylor really should have lost twice last year. I'm like, I know I'm not the deepest knowledgeable guy in females boxing. She lost twice last year. Cecilia Katie Taylor fight at 40, it was Z. Katie Taylor, her last couple of performances, she didn't impress me. That Persons girl beat her. He said Shields can't crack an egg. Floyd Mayweather. How many people Floyd Mayweather stopped at 47? And some of y'all say he the greatest welterweight of all time, which I disagree with. Before Manny Pacquiao knocked out Lucas Matisse, when the last knockout he got? So that's not like punching power everything. Errol Spence didn't knock out a lightweight in Mikey Garcia. Lomachenko didn't knock out Luke Chicken Noodle Soup Campbell. He didn't knock out Jose Pedraza. But does that necessarily mean that since Tank punch harder, he gonna beat Lomachenko? No. No. Paulie Malignaggi couldn't punch, but he got a world title. So at the end of the day, if she not that good, well, show me. If she can't punch, it is what it is. A lot of great fighters couldn't fucking punch. Canelo can't fucking punch. All of a sudden, he found some newfound punching power, but I'll leave that up to you guys. One day, Pacquiao can punch, and then he woke up and started taking tests, and he couldn't punch no more. Now you gotta be a great fighter. You gotta punch to be a great fighter. That's news to me. He said Floyd moved up 5 weight division. Don't matter. Don't matter. Give a fuck if he moved up none. This motherfucker was pity pat roll, pity pat roll. And you gonna say, oh, he's the greatest welterweight of that motherfucker ain't top 10. The greatest welterweight of all time is debatable. Ray Robinson, in my opinion. Floyd Mayweather ain't nowhere near he ain't top 10. Him or Manny Pacquiao. Without the catch weights and all the stipulations, man, you put them motherfuckers in the welterweight jungle. Man, you lucky if they in the top 15. You got Ray Robinson and Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns and Roberto Duran was pretty good. Yeah, so many great. Trinidad was pretty good there, and a lot of great welterweights over the test of time. Shane Mosley at his best. I mean, Balco, yeah. A lot of great welterweights there that would have whooped their ass. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Floyd wasn't at his best at welterweight, though. You got on the 130 pounds, Floyd may be the greatest super featherweight of all time. Lightweight division, it's a jungle there. It's a big jungle there. Talking about some of the greatest careers at lightweight. I mean, Pernell, Shane Mosley, Duran. I mean, Casamayor. I think you had Hector Camacho down there. You had a lot of, you was deep down there. The Elastic Man, Alexis Abreu. He was done. I mean, a lot of great competition. Do you know Pretty Beast? No, I don't know who that is. What's her name? Floyd ain't in it. Tell you that right now. Floyd ain't in it, or Pacquiao. They could be top 15 maybe. But for sure not my top 5. Ray, Tommy Duran. Keep going on and on. Raquel Miller, yeah, I know. I heard of her. I think she was calling out Clarissa as well too. Who beats Floyd at 130? Oh, he might be the best at 130. Probably the greatest at 130 of all. That was his best weight class. 135 is debatable. You got a lot of great fighters. Pernell, you got Chavez, you had a lot of great fighters down there over the test of time. Man, don't forget, also, I think Henry Armstrong was a welterweight. He moved up farther than that. You got a lot of great fighters. You know, and they got dudes from like, you know, I mean, if Fanon wanted to be Negro fight fan so bad, he moved to Texas. That'll tell you everything you need to know. He wanted to be Negro so bad, he moved to Texas. He wanted to be next to Earl Spence. He want his sweat to drip into his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I tell you everything you need to know. You ain't gonna move to Texas. You ain't gonna move with Rafael Benitez. He's bad. You know, come on, man. That motherfucker, he was so pro Texas Earl. He's moved down there, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. But hey, let's keep going on. Let's talk about Joe Smith Jr. and Jesse Hart. That was an interesting fight, man. But shout out to Steven Nelson, man. Good fight. That was a good fight, Nelson fight. But Jesse Hart said he hurt his hand and that he didn't want to make no excuses. But Jesse Hart was in there running. Like the last time I seen somebody run like that was when Chris Arreola was chasing Seth Mitchell. Jesse Hart looked like he had no boxing training last night. And maybe it was due to a hand injury. Maybe because he couldn't let his right hand go, and that's the punch that could have got Joe Smith Jr. off. But he could have used his jab, but he was scared to sit down. You know, if it wasn't for the hand injury, maybe he would have more confidence sitting down on the shots. But he said he hurt his hand in his last sparring session a week before the fight. But you know, like I said before, it didn't have nothing to do about being at 68 and being at 75. You know, that's, you know, at the end of the day, you beat Joe Smith Jr. with boxing ability, a jab, stepping over, using angles, pop shotting, you know, holding them, spinning them out, you know, making them miss. Joe Smith Jr. was only looking for 1 or 2 shots at a time, even when he got hurt in the corner. And Hart couldn't even get the drop or the rhythmic movement of his 1 or 2 shots. when he shoot his 1 or 2 shots, and you see him doing that right hand, you know, he could have easily popped the jab to throw that rhythm off. But he tasted the right hand of Joe Smith Jr. He didn't want none of that. So you can't beat nobody just running. Now boxing, moving, sticking and moving, he was just running in there. You know what I'm saying? How did he beat Barrera? Bevel took his body. I don't know how he beat Sullivan Barrera. I guess Barrera had got old. And Barrera got to be saying the same thing. But he was sloppy with Barrera. You know what I'm saying? And he probably was much longer than Barrera, but Barrera really don't fight the style Joe Smith Jr. was willing to walk him down, and maybe the right hand was the issue, but you know, his Philly fighter pass he took from me. He just seemed like he made his coach look so bad in there last night. You know what I'm saying? He made his coach look so bad in there last, like they went over nothing in the gym. Like nothing. It looked like he didn't train for nothing. He was just in there running from Joe Smith Jr. And it just shows you how limited Joe Smith Jr. is because he couldn't Joe Smith Jr. He couldn't mount no offense. You know, he can mount some he couldn't put him away. Had Joe Smith Jr. knew how to take advantage and, you know, put some combinations, shoot shine to the body, dig to the body, rip an uppercut up there, and then, you know, come behind the jab or jab to the body and come over the type with the right hand. Joe Smith Jr. he's just a slugger. But he ain't even the most efficient slugger. He didn't even know how to set up his bomb. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if he knew how to set up his bomb and come behind the jab and double jab and shoot the right. He would have had Jesse Hart out there, couldn't cut the ring off on him. You know, but Hart is long. He didn't use that to his advantage, but he was in survival mode last night. You know, he was in survival mode, and you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. That fight was very telling. It just seemed like he just made weight for camp, and that was it. That's it. He just made weight for camp. But I don't think it's a matter of weight class. He didn't sit down and try to get no respect. You know, he didn't try to establish nothing. That should have been on ESPN Plus. The whole world seen that. He said Tim Bradley was ripping Hart, and then Andre Ward was trying to, you know, say, oh, he should. Andre Ward trying to take up for him. Hart, Timothy Bradley, like he don't know how to do that. He talked a lot of ish talking about avenging Hopkins' loss. I know Hopkins was disappointed, man. Hopkins knew what was gonna happen, man. That's why he didn't show up. He was down there at the Alamo Dome. All right, he was down there at the Alamo Dome. But you know, it ain't too much to talk about there, man. That's an ESPN budget type of fight. You know what I'm saying? He talked all that. He need to keep him 100 Philly boxing and worldwide. He need to leave his pop and go see Stephen Bradman Edwards or Bomac. He ain't getting better. I mean, I don't think nobody can save his ass. To be honest, he gonna take some time off and really start from the bottom. He definitely got the athletic ability. He need to put some weight on his legs too. He got no weight on his legs. He ain't got no weight on his legs. Journeyman, the way his performance looked last night, minus the stoppage, he looked like Seth Mitchell, like he gonna be banished from boxing. Don't be surprised if Al don't release him. Don't be surprised if Al don't release him, man. I mean, Bob don't release him, but let's get to the San Antonio card. I'll wrap it up real quick. I ain't gonna be on long. Jaime Munguía fought last night, but Golden Boy got some talent. They got a dude named like Trevell Mazon. I think he 54 pound guy. And he fought on that card last night. And he looked pretty good. Like Trevell, I think he said he's a junior middleweight, 24 years old. Alias is Black Magic, and he's 17-0 with no draws and 13 knockouts out of Austin, Texas, I believe he is from. And he looked pretty good last night, man. You know what I'm saying? He fought for the vacant NABF junior welterweight title, and he looked pretty good, man. Big rangy kid. He's 6'2", with a 75-inch reach. He a big kid. Real big kid, man. And fighting that one, I don't know how he make 154 pounds, but yeah, man, they got him, Rashidi Ellis. They got some black talent on Golden Boy. They just don't showcase him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he stopped him with a nasty body shot. They don't showcase their talent. If I was black, I would never sign with Golden Boy. Let me say that. But the Francois girl, I know people want to talk about that. The Francois girl, hold on. She was fighting, I don't know, Jimenez last night, and they went to war. But a lot of people were saying the Jimenez girl was a guy. People saying they want to see her birth certificate, um, but yeah, the Francois Cruz girl, I don't know her name. Her wig came off, her sew-in or whatever came off. She actually was Clarissa Shields' first professional fight, and Clarissa Shields ended up beating her by decision. And but last night, they banged out a little war, split decision. They fought for the super middleweight, WBC, and WBO female super middleweight titles. And at the end of the day, why not? Maybe Clarissa Shields is basically a network free agent. If Oscar gonna pay her to come over to fight Jimenez, why not? That's Clarissa Shields' natural weight. I don't know how she would feel with going back up in weight and then maybe want to come down and fight Cecilia Braekhus. But I would tell Cecilia Braekhus it's either now or never. If I go back up, unless you willing to meet me at 160, that's it. So a lot of people saying she was a guy and they want to see her birth certificates and her parents and her baby pictures and stuff of that nature. And like I said before, women's boxing, they needed that last night. Then the lady that upset Napoleon on the Clarissa Shields undercard. So Clarissa's starting to get some heat in her own division. So once she moved back up to 68, I don't really see her moving back down past 60. So Cecilia Braekhus got now or never. Also, Emmanuel Nunes while she down there. So things really heating up in her own division while she trying to cross over and fight Cecilia Braekhus did that in the third. And if she gonna stay down there, I'd like to see her rematch Hannah Gabriel as well too. But I mean that is what it is. But let's talk about Jimenez was a heavyweight. Well, she was a super middleweight last night. Yeah, Willie Nelson bigs on. You know what I'm saying? But usually big guys like that's in their division. They usually don't go to the body. So that's a special trait. But he got the height, and he seemed like he got the size to go up a couple more weight classes. But Jaime Munguía last night, I heard from a little birdie that he hurt his hand, and that's why he stopped throwing his jab. He started throwing hard right hands. But Jaime Munguía and Gary Spike O'Sullivan, O'Sullivan showed a good chin last night, and Munguía looked good early on when he was utilizing his jab, and Donald Banks salute when he was utilizing his jab, and anytime Munguía came behind his jab, Gary Spike O'Sullivan couldn't see the right hand. It seemed like Munguía is so comfortable with leading off with power shots and you got to be a gifted athlete to lead off with power shots, but he liked to fight too much. You know what I'm saying? If he ever honed his athletic ability, he got good speed, he got good height, he got good reach, he got good rhythmic movement. He could be a really, really good boxer, but he got to be disciplined to box. And discipline is one of the attributes in boxing that goes overlooked. But if Munguía get disciplined, he listen to Eric Morales, he come behind his jab, he continue to move his head and set up his shots behind the jab. He definitely gonna be a problem, but he did get a point taken away for a low blow. Went low again. They called that accidental. But Gary Spike O'Sullivan showed that he had a good camp. But anytime he saw Munguía punches coming, he was able to take them. But when Munguía came behind the jab, he stopped him. If Munguía came behind the jab or he didn't hurt his hand, I believe he would have stopped Gary Spike O'Sullivan several rounds earlier. But Munguía, he got a good skill set for sure. He got a good athletic ability skill set. He got a good skill set to work with, but I heard they're going to move him slow, as they should. People say he didn't call out Demetrius Andrade, but y'all expect what a 22, 23-year-old kid to call out Andrade when 29, 30-year-old Charlo, Canelo moved out the division, and they don't know if he coming back. A 37-year-old guy don't want to call out Charlo. I'm not going against him for that because you got other dudes there that are champions that can unify their belts that's refusing to fight each other, that's refusing to fight Charlo or Andrade. So they're really making Andrade into the boogeyman in the division, and rightfully so. I mean, he a southpaw. Obviously, we seen Jamal Charlo had several problems with southpaws with Austin Charlo and Corby Golovkin. He old, and if Andre probably got too much speed for him, and after he went life or death for Derevchenko. So at the end of the day, two guys in the division, and Derevchenko and Andre are gonna have to fight each other. So I mean, that is what it is. I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Demetrius Andrade made a lot of bad business decisions pulling out. So he giving people a reason not to fight him other than boxing reason. But he's 6'2", he long, good boxer. Some people think he overrated, but we seen other boogeymen get deemed overrated. Golovkin was all that in a bag of chips with hot sauce on the chips. And we seen him was overrated. There's a lot of dudes that's supposed to be the boogeyman, supposed to be these. Louis Matisse was all that in the bag of chips with the hot sauce, and they get exposed. So I mean, just because you avoid it, it don't make you actually good. You know what I'm saying? It just when you are avoided and you get those fights and you capitalize on it, then you show them why you're the boogeyman. But it don't really surprise me. E-Man East, Boo Boo made a lot of bad business decisions in his boxing career. And he, so people gonna be able to say, oh, he ain't gotta fight him, or he ain't gotta fight her, or this, that, and the third, because, obviously, he made some bad deals. So now he at the end of his prime, and now he got to rush instead of stepping up 3 or 4 years ago and making a deal with Lauren, making a deal with Jamel. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, he would have got Jamal, and he might even have already got Canelo. But it is what it is. Once he starts slowing down, or if Luke Keeler give him a hard fight and Keeler drop him and Andrade barely win, look for Canelo to be the ultimate opportunist and try to fight him. But you know what I'm saying? Boxing don't really like black versus black fighters. Like with Jamal Charlo, they want to condition you that it got to be brown and black, or brown and brown, or black and white, or brown and white for it to be a successful fight. But that's why you won't get Crawford and Spence. They do any in boxing, no matter who it is. If it's a black man at Al Heyman, you know what I'm saying, or if it's Oscar De La Hoya, or if it's Eddie Hearn or DAZN, or Bob Arum, Top Rank, Todd DeBuff, whoever you want to say, they go out their way not to give you the premier black versus black fighters. You know what I'm saying? They go out their way not to give you those fights. And people say, we got Shane and Floyd. Shane was old. Floyd was old. You know what I'm saying? You got people say, well, we got Sean and Earl. Sean couldn't sell out a family diner. Sean wasn't no premier welterweight. Sean only got the fight because he had a belt. But the Crawfords and the Spences and the Charlos and the Andrades, they not going to go out their way to give you those fights. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I'm saying? Even J-Rock and Jamel Charlo, that's a second-rate fight. The fight everybody wanted to see was Jared Hurd and Jamel Charlo. So really, in a situation, people can say, well, Jared Hurd only lost because he had an injury. You know what I'm saying? So, like I was keep saying, man, boxing, that's why Deontay and AJ ain't gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, had Deontay or AJ been white, Caucasian, or brown, they would have made that fight happen. Boxing just ain't in the business of making, Negro fights. You see, they couldn't even make it Javante versus Tevin. Anytime them dudes young, Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard and James Toney and Roy Jones and Bernard Hopkins, those was anomalies. Them days is gone. When Floyd set the standard that brown and black was the way to go, and that's what sold, man, they went Floyd. If Floyd didn't fight no black fighters once he became money other than old ass Shane. All these fights that you're gonna end up getting is gonna be second rate fights. For real. Yep. Boo shit. I mean, Billy Joe messed that up. And Billy Joe didn't want to run it back and get his title back neither. I'm telling you, they gonna go out their way for brothers not to fight each other. Out their way, they gonna pay them to fight. Errol Spence finally gonna get the Pacquiao fight because they don't want the brothers to fight each other. Just pay attention to that. They gonna go out their entire way. So that's boxing. No, they think black people don't sell. I remember watching the James Brown biopic, and he told James, Negroes don't buy albums. You know what I'm saying? Same thing in boxing. Oh, they ain't gonna, no, if the brown ain't there, they not gonna enjoy the fight. Or the white people, they see two black people here, I'm like I said before, just get rid of all the black fighters. If you got a kid, oh man, forget boxing. You know what I'm saying? And see how far boxing get without the brother. Spence needs to build his Jamaican fan base. Maybe. Billy Joe ducked past when he avoided Andre. Yeah, after he failed the drug test, then he avoided him again. But yeah, y'all got any questions? I answered a couple questions for a minute, man. I didn't want to be on too long. Just want to do a quick live review. All these playoff games on today. You seen Spence still in the club partying. I mean, are you surprised? You know, these dudes get a close call. These dudes get a close call. You know what I'm saying? They just look, oh man, I can get away with it. I can get away with it. He ain't gonna learn this lesson. Dude ain't gonna learn this lesson. What do y'all expect? Packers about to upset the man. Bullshit. Packers ain't shit. They just struggle with the Seahawks, who don't have no running backs. They should have lost that game because the Seahawks defensive coordinator knew what he was doing. Billy Joe went to 68 to keep from fighting the rematch. I believe it. Packers hot garbage, dog. Hot garbage. Seahawks lost that game. Hot man, 49ers should 49ers blew them out, what, 37-9? Was it 39-7? Was that what it was? What they blow them out? 37-8. 37-8. Out your mind. You need to check out more UK prospects. Man, when y'all start winning something, I'll check them out. I don't be impressed by y'all fighters at all. When they come to America and start fighting, I'll be impressed. I like Josh. I like Yard and Taylor. I don't be impressed by y'all prospects at all. I just don't. Like Josh Kelly. People, oh, Josh Kelly, great. I'm like, man, I don't see it. But y'all got a lot of y'all got a lot of fighters. You think Titans could beat the Chiefs? Yeah, I mean, they can run the ball. Tannehill got to throw for more than like 80-some yards and 77 yards. You got to throw the ball. Salute. But Green Bay, the worst team left, bar none. They defense sucked. The only reason Seahawks lost because they don't have no running back. Green Bay can't stop the run. They pass defense suck. All they do is can get after the passer. I'm telling you, man, Seattle they took away Aaron Jones, but they couldn't take away Devontae Adams. If they just took away Devontae Adams, they would have won the game. Dalton Smith, he a good fighter. All right. The regular season, just watching. What you talking about? That's a domination, bro. Domination. Devontae Adams is not going to beat the Green Bay Packers. They not scared of Scantley. They not scared of Geronimo Allison, Jimmy Graham, garbage. You know what I'm saying? They gonna do what they did to the Vikings. They gonna stop the run, get after the passer. You know what I'm saying? They gonna stop the run, get after the passer, and they gonna take Adams out, and somebody else gonna have to beat him. And defensively, you know, they gonna have to run the ball, the 49ers. George Kittle's go ham. I'm telling you, he's gonna have a huge game next week. You know what I'm saying? And Debo Samuels and Manuels. I'm telling you, man, 49ers by far the better team, but they could lose. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't play good last week. But keep asking the question. Keith Thurman was on PBC the other day. Looking to him, I don't know. He ain't returning, bro. I wish he just retired. He's just such a sissy. Sorry, man. He's just such a sissy in the way he just moving in boxing. Jay Thompson, UK fighters come to America and look average every as fuck damn near every time. Most of the time, you have some exceptions. Ellen Jenkins is our X factor on our offense. Man, you talking about Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner, the other dude I can never remember his name from Stanford they got a couple years ago. The year Trubisky got drafted. Nick Bosa, D Ford. Man, y'all can go get 20,000 of them, bro. That defensive front seven is a problem. back end, Richard Sherman and Jimmy Ward and man, please. Chalito gonna smoke Kel Yaffe. I ain't even seen Chalito since he came back. Kel Yaffe ain't that good. Him or Jordan Costas, they suck. He said Seahawks probably would have lost to the Eagles if Wentz ain't shit. Because he ain't had no receivers. Wentz ain't shit. That just show you how sorry the Packers is then. Shit. You look at the Cowboys, you like, man, how the Cowboys got more talent than the Seahawks, the Eagles, and the motherfucking Packers. Come on, man. The Packers garbage. They super garbage. You crazy, man. They just struggle with the Seahawks, bro. The Seahawks don't have no running backs. Marshawn Lynch was rolling up 2 weeks ago. Homer is an undrafted running back. They didn't have no tight end. They traded one away, I think, or all three of their tight ends got injured. They out there with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. You crazy. Come on, man. And it ain't like they come to Lambeau. Y'all going out to 49er land. Come on, man. It's about to get ugly out there. It's about to get ugly out here. As long as we ain't talking about soccer. Manchester United and shit. Man, that shit. How do y'all watch that garbage ass shit? Come on, how y'all be watching something they got 1 point? They be kicking the ball around for 5 hours. It ain't nothing be happening. None niggas be oh my fucking god. Oh, and you be like, it's 1-0. What the fuck is that? Like tennis way more. I watch tennis like a mug. Be watching soccer, it's just kicking up. Oh, like I be like, man, how do they watch this? That shit is the worst thing on the planet. I can watch baseball or soccer is terrible. It had to be a white man create that sport. He said soccer is it could be the biggest sport in the world. That shit is terrible. Terrible. Sean, salute. The game be 1 point, bro. At least in hockey, I can see somebody get hit, somebody get their mouth punched in. You know, I see some, man, that shit is terrible. Terrible. Only reason it's the popular sport in the world because you don't need shit. You just need a ball to kick around. You don't need a hoop. You don't need pads. You can get any old little ball. That's why it's popular. That's why it's popular. Nobody play that shit over here, man. They try to force that MLS on them. Man, I ain't watching that shit at all. Like watching that shit, man. If niggas played soccer, man, y'all, it wouldn't be the world's biggest sport because we'd take over it for real. If Americans play, I don't know how y'all love it. It's so boring, bro. I watch bowling. I watch billiards. I watch anything but that. I watch anything but that. It's probably fun to play. It look fun to play. Like baseball, it's boring to watch, but it's fun to play. Yeah, U.S. don't care about what the UK think. Trust me. If we cared, we'd be playing soccer. We do not care what the UK think. Even rugby. I watch rugby before I watch that. I watch rugby. Soccer definitely fun to play. It's just horrible to watch. I definitely give you that. It's definitely fun to play. Kicking that shit around, it's fun. It's just hard to watch. Is Damon Wayans a comedy? Of course. Keenan too. Sean, Marlon. Yeah, it's physical. You know, somebody get hit. I've been to a few hockey games. Minor leagues and major. I've been to a few hockey games. Golf the worst. I'd rather watch golf. I'm telling you, I'd rather watch golf. Real shit. I'd rather watch golf. For real. I'd rather watch golf. At least I got the trees and the birds. And it's serenity. I'd rather watch golf. Golf ain't bad to play neither. It's tough. Game of repetition. But yeah, let me get out of here, man. Appreciate it, man. Hopefully I'll be live tomorrow, man. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Share. You said you gonna act like soccer is so it ain't, but it don't have nothing exciting in it, bro. For us, we like somebody to get hit, somebody to get punched, somebody to get or that's just not exciting, bro. It's not exciting. Don't mind. We think at this generation think baseball is sorry, but it is what it is. I'm